So, what if I told you that your dental practice is probably already using artificial intelligence? Not next year, not when you decide to buy ChatGPT. I mean, today. The surprising part is that many of the dentists I come across can't tell me where AI is being used in their own practice. And that's a problem because you can't manage risk if you don't know where the technology exists. Today, let's take a tour of a modern dental practice and uncover where AI can be quietly working behind the scenes. Welcome to Defending Dentistry, the podcast where we help dental professionals navigate cybersecurity, privacy, AI, and the technology risks shaping the future of dental practices. I'm Genge, and I've spent more than 30 years in dentistry, over 20 of those years helping healthcare organizations manage privacy and cybersecurity risks. My goal is simple: to help you adopt technology safely, confidently, and responsibly. So let's dive in. Now, when people hear the words artificial intelligence, they most immediately think about ChatGPT. That's understandable because it's one of the most visible AI tools available today. But here's the reality: artificial intelligence is becoming part of the software you already own. In many cases, you didn't even install it. It arrived through a software update, for example. And that means one of the most important questions you can ask isn't, should we use AI? It's, where are we already using it? So let's walk through a typical day in a dental practice. I mean, here's the phone ringing. Some phone systems already use AI to answer calls, summarize conversations, and identify patient concerns, and even score the call quality. And patients book appointments online. Scheduling software nowadays can use AI to predict cancellations, recommend appointment times, or even automate patient communication. And these are all great things. But let's continue the list because what we'll see is, as there's many advantages, there's also some risk zones that we need to be thinking about. So let's talk about imaging. So some imaging platforms use AI to identify areas that deserve a second look. These systems can be incredibly helpful, but we also have to remember that they are decision support tools, not replacements for clinical judgment. Your team, they write down clinical notes. Many products now offer AI generated summaries or voice transcription to save time. Marketing: AI can help write newsletters, social media posts, or even patient education materials. Even your cybersecurity tools are increasingly using AI to identify unusual activity, detect malware, or recognize suspicious email behavior. And none of these examples are really inherently bad. In fact, many of them can improve the efficiency of your practice and really reduce administrative burden. But the issue isn't whether AI is good or bad. The issue is whether your practice understands where it's being used, what information it has access to, and what safeguards are in place. And that's where responsible AI begins. And your choices, if you're adopting or you're having AI already work in your practice, is that you need to know about the AI features that sometimes the vendor might even have enabled by default. Sometimes patient information can be processed in ways that the practice didn't expect. And that doesn't automatically mean that there's a privacy problem, but it means that it's worth questioning, asking the right questions. And I guess as a practice owner or privacy officer, y- there's some things that you should understand, and that is what AI features are enabled. What information does the AI process? Is patient information retained? Can those features be turned off? For example, part of us being able to even use AI in the first place uh, depends on patient consent. We have to get patient consent for the use of AI, but we also need to be able to allow them to opt out if they say no. So we need to understand what that looks like as far as being able to turn off those features. We also want to know what contractual commitments the vendor has made about protecting the data. And so these are all really governance questions, but they're just also really good business questions. And we need to remember that the technology that we're using, it really should support our practice and not create more um, uncertainty. So adopting AI responsibly doesn't mean saying no to this innovation. It just means understanding the technology well enough to make informed decisions. So before you finish listening today, here's a piece of homework that you can do. And that would be go and make a list of every technology platform you're using in your practice and choose one of the vendors this week. Call them or send them an email and ask them, are we using AI features in this product? Which features are they? How is the practice data used? And you might discover features you didn't know existed. This could be a bonus, but it could also be an area of risk that you want to address. So I think part of this will also help you start building awareness, the type of awareness that every modern dental practice really needs these days. Now, before we finish, here's one thing I want you to remember, and that is that protecting your practice doesn't require perfection. It just requires paying attention, asking better questions, and then taking the next responsible step. If this episode helped you, subscribe to Defending Dentistry and share it with someone else in dentistry who needs to hear it. You'll find more practical resources, training, and information at milatraining.com. Until next time, stay curious, get prepared, and keep defending dentistry. Next time, we're going to tackle a question that's generating a lot of discussion across healthcare. Do patients need to know when artificial intelligence is being used? The answer isn't a simple yes or no, and it may affect how your practice approaches AI going forward. I'll see you in the next episode.